for the Your Live Event Robotics Show here on KRJB 106.5 FM, here with Jesse Frost of the Northern Minnesota Robotics Conference, also a advisor for a couple of robotics teams there as well. And Jesse, we have a big event coming up here for the NMRC, the Great Northern Regional. Kind of tell us a bit more about this Great Northern Regional for people who are maybe unfamiliar with you guys.
Sure. So this is part of First Robotics. There's probably about 100 of these regional events that are going to be going on all over the country, all over the world, actually, in the next 6 weeks. So the kids have been, they found out what their new challenge was for the year in January, and we've been working hard trying to build machines to go compete against these other teams. When we get to the Great Northern Regional, it's going to be at the Alaris Center in Grand Forks, North Dakota. If people want to check it out, it's going to be live streamed, and the event is free to enter if you want to watch it live and see what's happening. But there's going to be 50 teams there, mostly from the upper Midwest. But there's a team out of Kansas that's going to be making a trip. Several North Dakota teams and Minnesota teams. I'm looking at the list here. But kind of a local group of 50 teams that are going to be competing from Thursday through Saturday. Hopefully we don't get snowed in again like we have in years past, but it's a lot of exciting action. Teams, this will be the first time on the official playing field for a lot of teams. So they'll get to see what their robot can do this season and try to make some improvements as the event goes on. And a lot of teams, including my two teams at Cass Lake, are going to be traveling to another regional after the Great Northern, a couple weeks after the Great Northern. So.
All right. And in terms of I know attending the Great Northern Regional, I know you mentioned totally free event to go to. You can watch it on the stream as well, but it's definitely an experience that you'd want to view in person if you have the opportunity to. I know it's quite a spectacle.
Absolutely, yeah. The stream doesn't do it justice. It gets you the feel for what the game is, but being there in person and seeing these 130-pound machines going 15 miles an hour and crashing into each other, and they're all fighting over the same little yellow ball, which is our game piece this year. There's going to be a lot of balls in the air as they're shooting them into the goal. I think the world high score that I saw was 720 so far. So that's a lot of. It's like a rainbow of yellow balls going in with some of these high powered teams, and there's going to be some pretty high powered teams coming into Grand Forks next week.
Teams from kind of all across, not just Minnesota, North Dakota. I know you've in the past had teams from Canada, Iowa, and other states as well.
Yeah. You can sign up for anywhere you want. If I could talk my school into putting the bill, we could go to Hawaii for a week and compete down there. But that's probably pretty unlikely. So we usually do this local one, and then our second one, we're going to be traveling to Tulsa, Oklahoma, to compete, and that's really bringing in some international teams there. They have two teams from China, one team from Belize, a team from Armenia, and there's one other out of the country team that's going to be traveling to Tulsa that will be competing with and against at the end of the month.
And as a person who, kind of oversees two different teams over at your school, how awesome is it to, be able to offer kids that experience to not only do some traveling to a place they might not otherwise get to go, but also meet people from all over the world?
Oh, it's truly awesome. I've been coaching for, I don't know, maybe 15 years now. First Robotics, like you said, we have two teams. We have two separate gender teams. We have a boys team and a girls team. It's very unique. I think we're still the only school that really does that out of the 4,000 teams worldwide. And we're up here in the middle of the pine trees on the Leech Lake Indian Reservation, socioeconomic depressed area. A lot of these kids have never left the state of Minnesota, let alone been anywhere else. And we've traveled to, in years past, we've traveled to Boise, Idaho, and Cedar Rapids, Iowa, and we actually qualified for the World Championship a few years back and went down to Houston with a group of kids. So getting them out, and not only the travel part, which is exciting and fun for them because they don't have the opportunity to do that very often, but I remember, and I always remember when we went down to the World Championships, I told the students to go talk to some of the teams that they're going to be playing with that day And they came back and they said, Mr. Frost, they don't even speak English. I'm like, no, they don't. They're they probably either speak Hebrew or Chinese or Japanese, or there's probably one of them there that speaks probably pretty good English. But yeah, it was kind of a culture shock to them to meet these other people and try to work out a game plan for them on how they're going to win the matches that they're in together.
And kind of going back to the Great Northern Regional, I know we've mentioned this is kind of one of the NMRC's pinnacle events of the year. Not too often you're able to play in a facility quite like the Alair Center there. I know they offer a pretty unique spectacle of both viewing and participating.
Yep, the NMRC is just plays a supporting role at the regional events. It's actually run by First, and they have a regional planning committee over there. But Grand Forks the Alair Center is an awesome venue for the sport that we do. It's very open. Sight lines are very good. Um, Travel from where your pit area and your staging area is to the field is really good. The food is good over there. It's just got such a lot going for it over in Grand Forks. I know your guys with your crew are there, and they do a lot of interviews with students and mentors while they're there, and that's something really unique to Grand Forks. A lot of other events don't put that kind of extra effort in to expanding the experience, and Grand Forks has been doing it for years now, and they've always done a really good job. And we bring the big practice field over there for teams to utilize. So it's been a really good partnership with us and the NMRC and the teams that really do a lot of the contributing to that event.
And correct me if I'm wrong, you guys even will open the pits to people if they wanted to come and maybe take a look, if I remember correctly, right?
Absolutely, yeah. And that's, as a spectator, for a person of like my background, where it's this kind of mechanical and manufacturing background. I mean, you see them from the stands as they're zipping across the field. But once you get in, you can get into the pits. Yep, you just need a pair of safety glasses, and they're provided there. But you can walk right up to the teams and take a picture of their robot and ask them how they make this thing work, and what they've done to improve, or what kind of programming they're using. But yeah, you can get right in the pits and talking to the teams, and that's kind of the coolest part, to see where these young people's minds have been for the last 2 months, and how they've created whatever contraption it is that they've come up with. And you're going to see a wide range of some very simple machines to some things that kind of look like the Mars rover. And there's schools and teams with all different abilities, and we're all competing at the same game. And one of the nicest parts about this organization, this First Robotics, is you're competing with them and against them, and you're always willing to help them, whether they need a part or some expertise, or whatever it might be in that pit area. You want to compete with them at their best. So
Awesome. Well, Jesse, I know as we've mentioned before, it's kind of where we have a new game underway, so it changes, I know, every year. And just as a coach who's been able to, help out and maybe oversee the students as they get this new game under wraps. What did your students think when they saw that new game was announced and what they'd be doing?
um, well, we always break it down after that day of the reveal, where all the teams in the world find out the same day what the game is. And this year, it's picking up about a 6-inch round, hard foam yellow ball, and you have to shoot it through a goal, which sounds simple, but you need a mechanism that can pick it up off the field, off the floor. You need a mechanism that's going to hold a bunch of these balls, because your potential to hold them, as far as the rules go, is unlimited. So you'll have teams that can hold 40, 50 balls at a time, and then to shoot them out as fast as you possibly can into this big cone, octagon shaped goal. So some of those things we have done before as a team. I got a lot of really new members, ninth grade, 10th graders. I only have one senior this year. So this is going to be the first event that they're going to actually attend for many of those kids. So it took a little work to get them thinking on the right path. I think I got a little bit of an engineering mind just from what I've done with work and doing this robot stuff. I know some things that probably are going to be successful, and some things that are going to be really difficult to pull off. So for the first time ever, our robots are going to be the same archetype, very similar robots this year. between my girls and my boys team. Usually they diverge. Uh, but with the new students, we just kind of picked one that we thought was going to be successful for us, and we went with that. So we have a double-barreled shooter with a flywheel that shoots the balls out. We have an intake that drops over our bumper and sucks the balls in, and then we have like a rolling floor, like a treadmill kind of thing that brings the balls back to where the shooter is. So it took a lot of work, and we're behind schedule. We're just starting to get both of them really driving, and the kids are practicing in the room next door. That's why I'm in the other shop, because it's loud and crazy over there. But yeah, it's been an adventure. It's good to see the light come on in these kids' eyes when they actually see some sort of success, like, oh, it is sucking up the ball like we wanted to, or ooh, we did shoot it and made that one. But now we're just kind of dialing it in and trying to get those kids the muscle memory on the joysticks or the controllers, so they can go out there and give it their best effort at the regional.
Awesome. Well, Jesse, I think you answered all my questions. So I guess before we get going here today, anything else you wanted to mention about NMRC, the upcoming Great Northern Regional, or your two squads?
Sure. The NMRC is the Northern Minnesota Robotics Conference. We have 36 teams across all of northern Minnesota and into North Dakota. One of our big pushes this year is that we're building a facility out at the Beltrami County Fairgrounds up by Bemidji, Minnesota. And that is a 60 by 90 building, and it's going to permanently house our field that we own, our official field or semi-official field. So that way, students from all over the area can bring their robot in and actually practice on a real field. Normally, the teams are driving them in the hallway or in the classroom at night, and then they put everything back and do a little closet. And you don't really get a real feel. It'd be like trying to coach a basketball team, without a court or nets. So we're going to have something set up where everybody can use, and that's going to be functional next year, actually this summer. We got a lot of partners in on that, and thank you to the people that are sponsoring that. It's been amazing community effort to get that building put together. But that's really exciting for us and the NMRC. We always have a programming camp for the kids to learn robot programming over the summer. I believe that's going to be at Bemidji State University this year. And then we have our conference championship, which we had in October down in Brainerd. Our next conference championship for this season is going to be October. It's going to be in Perham, Minnesota. So if you're in that area, we're going to be taking over the Perham High School towards the end of October. So all kinds of exciting stuff going on here, and feels like I haven't slept in 2 months trying to keep these kids going and putting in the time after school. But get a little bit of a break after this event, and then we can do hopefully some minor tweaks and be ready again to go for Tulsa.
Awesome. Well, Jesse, if there was nothing else, appreciate the time here today as always. And, good luck to you guys as well down at the Great Northern Regional and in Tulsa here. Wishing the best for you guys.
All right. We'll probably see you over at the Great Northern, and I appreciate your guys' support. And it's always good to get the word out about what these kids are doing. So.
Gordon Construction of Mahnomen is a Native American-owned business proudly operating on the White Earth Indian Reservation since 1983. As a bonded general contractor, Gordon Construction provides years of experience in large, detailed, and within-budget projects. Gordon Construction is committed to the safety of its employees and the environment of its work sites. To learn more about Gordon Construction of Mahnomen, visit gcmahnomen.com or call 218-935-2191.
And right now we're glad to be joined by John Anderson, and John is the head mentor for Lake Park Audubon Robotics Club on team number 5929, and they are also known as the Raider Robotics. John currently in his third year overall as head mentor for Lake Park Audubon. And thanks, John, for taking time and chatting with us here on your liveevent.com robotics show as we check in with local and area robotics clubs and see what they're all up to. And of course, competitions just getting underway here. And John, your team has yet to compete, but we'll talk about, what you all got planned here coming up here. But I guess first off, maybe talk about, your club and how everything is going so far for the Raider Robotics team right now.
Well, so far it's been going pretty good. This has definitely been a challenging year compared to the last couple that I've been involved with. It's an interesting process. You design, you prototype, you build, you break, you design, redesign, and then rebuild. So, but luckily we're in the homeward stretch, so we're getting pretty close to being ready to compete.
Okay, sounds great. How long has your club been running?
It was established in 2016. Originally, it was known as the Marauders. And then I think about 5 years ago, they kind of incorporated into the school and adapted the Raider Robotic name.
Okay, awesome. Talk about how many members you have currently and maybe how you divvy up like the responsibilities for the kids.
Currently, we have 9 members. Being a small team, we kind of everybody kind of grabs just about a little bit of everything that so they have their hands on that and everything. There's a couple people that focus on the programming because they're a little bit more techy than other ones. I've got a couple guys that don't even want to look at the computer; they just want to build. So there's a few niches that I can fill, but most of the time, everybody touches every part of the robot.
Okay, awesome. Talk about your first competition coming up and maybe some ones that you're looking forward to in the rest of the season here.
Our first one is coming up next Wednesday. We're going to be at the Alaris Center in Grand Forks for the Great Northern Regional. Um, Looking forward to that one. We were at that one last year. Didn't do too bad, so we were happy with our performance. And then we got a week off, and then the week of the 20, I think we leave the 25th through the 28th. We go down to the 10,000 Lakes down at the University of Minnesota, and that's at the Mariucci Arena.
Okay, awesome. Talk about some of the most exciting projects you've worked on so far.
Well, actually, that would be we worked on it a little bit this year, but last year we revived a t-shirt cannon that the team had built, I think almost 7 years ago, close to when they first formed. And we shot it off at the football game, so we get it so it drives on the grass. It's got a big air tank, 3 cannons to shoot the t-shirts out of, and we've done it at the basketball game. It's a huge hit. It's actually helped recruit a couple members, and it's it's been a fun project because we had one football game that there was a reporter from WDAY, and he was standing there, and as soon as we brought it out on the field, I saw him bring up the camera, and he after we got done after halftime, he came over up to me. He said that was the funnest thing I've seen all season. And so yeah, we've got about a 5 or 6 second video that was on the news that night. So that was fun. It was interesting to see myself on the news.
Yeah, sounds great. Love to see that one. So, um, for the kids, are there any specific skills that they need to join the club at all?
You know what? Like I said, with a small team, it's as long as they have an interest and a drive to want to learn, because there's so much with robotics. I'm still learning after 3 years. I came in with like a manufacturing and a fabricating background. No, hardly knew hardly anything of computer programming. I still know just a little bit, but that's about it. Um, no, we help them get in the direction that they want to follow. If they want to learn programming, we take them to a camp over in Grand Rapids, Minnesota, during the summer, and they can get basics all the way through CAD design. So there's no real skills, just to drive to want to learn. Kind of a fun sport.
Um, Someone watching right now, how do they join your club?
We have flyers in the main office. You can't miss any of the team members because all the guys have robotic hats on that when they wear them every day, and most of them wear some of their old competition shirts. But they can contact the athletic director Landon Schultz, and he gives them my information, and we've actually got a Facebook page too that if they want to look at it.
Awesome. Sounds great. Thanks, John. One more question before we let you go here. Give us some of your goals for this season now.
This season, well, the ultimate goal is to be able to go to the national championships. I believe they're in Houston this year. Not positive on that. And if not, do good enough in a regional to do that. If we could hit top 10 of the competition, that would make all of us just ecstatic. Because I don't think, to the best of my knowledge, I don't think we've ever ranked quite that high. We've been close with previous seasons, but yeah, no, my ultimate goal is definitely nationals.
All right, awesome. Well, thanks so much, John, for your time, and thanks for talking about your club, the Raider Robotics team number 5929, and good luck to you and your kids, and I hope you do well on the upcoming competition. So,
thank you very much.
Yeah, you bet.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
And welcome back to the YLE Event Robotics Show. Here we're talking with Team 3313, the Alexandria Mechatronics. And go ahead and give us your names and what roles you guys play on the team.
Yeah, so my name's Bridger. I'm one of our media leads, impact leads, and this year I'm one of the drivers of the robot.
Hi, I'm Coco, and I mostly do impact, but I also help run our TikTok account, and I'm trying to help more with probably planning and being able to organize more group events.
Awesome. So how long have you guys been in robotics?
So this is going to be my 8th year. I started back in elementary school with the FLL system, and I've worked my way through all the way up to FRC.
This is my first official season, but I did join over the summer last year.
And what sparked your interest to want to be in robotics?
Well, what really sparked my interest was this guy right here. I like writing essays a lot. I am a very much writing nerd. And when I learned that the sport I had always wanted to be in, I always wanted to be in robotics. It's never been just like, oh, wow, I can do this. It's been a sort of progressive thing. When he told me that I could write for the robotics and be able to get my stuff out there that way too, it was like, wow, this is a possibility. And I can definitely, that seems like something I can do and help out with. So that kind of sparked it. I've always had this interest in being a part of a community and like the engineering that goes on behind it.
And me personally, I've never been the sportiest of people. So just kind of the spirit of First Robotics to be able to compete at any physical activity level that you have and learn along the way too has always just been a major draw for me.
Yeah, and definitely. Those are all very, very good points. And so I can hear a lot of building going on in the background. How are things going so far with this season with your robot, the design, and are there any challenges so far this season?
I'd say like the design process was pretty swift. We all kind of came up with our own idea on kickoff, what we wanted to achieve with the robot. It's just the small things that you like hit along the way, like something possibly breaking, making something better in our new designs and stuff like that, and trying to figure out how we're going to get over those.
Our robot specifically this year, we originally were planning to use soft close drawer slides, but after a few rounds of testing, those didn't last very long. So we've been in the process of manufacturing some custom rail systems for our extending intake so we can have the higher capacity of around 50 game elements this year.
Yeah, right now it seems like the track just isn't aligning with the ones that we have now. So we're trying to figure out what's going on with those, if we can fix it in a different way, just like small stuff like that. Our climb, we had our original climb idea that turned out like it just wasn't going to work. So we're kind of designing and CADing new climbs to figure out how those can help us.
So how is this robot, this design different from last year?
Yeah, so this year's robots are a lot more compact strategy-wise because you want to be able to go under that trench if you want to be one of the bots utilizing the full field. Our robot last year, we were a little more classic with our design. Big elevator bot, you get that tall robot syndrome. So there were definitely a few major changes to our design philosophy this year, because our team usually likes to build those more big bots that you see around a lot. But as the meta changes to these smaller bots that are a little zippier, a little hitting harder, kind of like the Jack in the Bots, or from our region, the Tool Cats. A lot of those bots are kind of leading the new wave of design.
I've noticed that this robot as well is also easier to maneuver, but harder to aim with. Last year, we had a pretty easy bot. You could see where the pieces were going to be exactly before you drop them. They were easy to position. But now, because we have the aiming element and we have to figure out how fast we shoot and how far it can shoot and everything, it's harder to get that sweet spot where we can get in the most points. But it's same in the sense that we have to figure out how to get it there on time.
Yeah, fantastic. And it's yeah, I was part of the coverage in Brainerd this past fall in October for the championship. It was a lot of hours there of watching a lot of different robots play that course, or that game they called it. I think it was it Reefscape, I think they called it.
Yep.
Do you have any idea what that game is going to be this year for the championship?
Yeah, so this year's game with these yellow balls, there's 130 of them on the field, and the goals which we're shooting them into are reminiscent of the 2017 games, where it's a smaller goal. Just this year, they added back the 2006 game element of the goals turning off and on again. So we've got to get that timing mechanic Coco was talking about earlier.
Yeah, so because it alternates, it's going to be harder for people to get over the triangle bumps in the middle, have the robots not get stuck. We were seeing problems with surfing over the balls and getting stuck on those. So I think our team has a pretty stern way of getting over them now that we know that it can happen and what happens when we originally do. It's definitely one of those things that you don't expect it to happen, but when it does, it's kind of like those moments where you didn't think of it, but you knew it was going to happen.
So you guys are headed to Grand Forks this weekend. Where would you rate where things are at right now as far as going into competition this weekend?
Yeah, so as you know, the FRC season is split up into what they call weeks. There's 6 weeks of build and 6 weeks of competition, and this week too. So robots are still kind of leaving the testing phase. Our robot, personally, I would kind of, if I were to scale it with like 1 to 10, where 1 is still, it's a digital file, and 10, it's ready to win worlds, I'd put us at a solid 7. We still got to figure out aiming with like a camera called a Limelight. But otherwise, our drivers are getting pretty accurate on themselves too. So with all the skills we're putting together, I feel we're competable.
I'd say our robot itself is definitely past the testing phase. It's past like the work on it phase. It's those moments when something breaks or something gets damaged that we have to fix in the moment. Like if we were to go down there, we would be able to drive it. We would be able to get our strategy down. It's just those moments when you don't know what's going to happen in a match and it happens.
Is there any teams that you guys like to watch compete when you're at competition?
Yeah, so I work alongside our strategists as a driver this year, and we do a lot of pre-scouting, as we call it, where instead of just sitting in the stands or going to pits and talking to teams, we like to see what they do for week 0 or what they post to their media to kind of test their robots, and we all take that into account. Some of the teams we like to look out for are definitely the aforementioned Tool Cats. They've made a mark in our local area, but there's definitely a lot of teams that have potential. So GNR is definitely going to be a competition where we're going to kind of spread the eyes out around the event center.
I personally like watching the Techno Tigers. They're a really great team. I enjoy their mechanics and how they go about finding solutions to situations. Right now, I've seen some of their stuff. It's really good. I can't wait to see it in an actual game in person. There was there was Upsala last year whose robot, even though was so small, that they got what they needed to and everything. So that was pretty cool. I like Techno Tigers too. They were a giant flexible robot. So that was definitely something to watch.
Do you guys participate in Grand Forks? Then I read on our spreadsheet that you guys go to Tulsa, Oklahoma too, right?
Yep, we're going to Tulsa, Oklahoma in April.
Part of the World Championship. So, what exactly, what kind of an experience is that for you guys to be part of that?
So our team, we like to go to GNR first off, since that's a pretty close regional to our home shop. But we also like to get out there and travel a bit so we can make those connections with other teams. Going to Iowa last year was really fun. So the team definitely kind of got that bug for traveling, of course. So going to Tulsa, Oklahoma, we've got a few teams that we've seen online and or interacted with at the World Championship last year that we'd love to reconnect with again.
I haven't been on any big trips with the team, but I can't wait to be able to see those other teams from other areas, get the different environments out there, figure out how they've been able to do their own things. I think it's going to be a really good learning experience and cool event. I can't wait to present there. Can't wait to hear what other people have to say as well.
And the one other big thing I'll add on to is our team, we're part of a local coalition called NMRC, the Northern Minnesota Robotics Conference.
Mm-hmm.
And 6 of our teams, us included, are all sharing a bus down there. So we're kind of helping this coalition become an even closer family with the students getting to interact and just having a good time during the travel and even the competition, really.
You ever wonder how many people you can fit on a bus? Fun fact, it's more than you think.
Yeah, I bet. I went on a band trip to New York when I was in high school, and that 2 of the buses broke down when we were there, so we had to cram all the bands into one bus. And so I kind of have an idea, but I'm sure it's a lot. So we touched on Grand Forks, and so are there anything else you guys want to add as far as anything else? Any other comments that you guys want to add as far as where things are at for this season, and how do you think the team is compared to last year as far as your team members?
We are definitely a senior and junior heavy team. It would be lovely to get some more freshmen in here, get some more younger kids, get their views on it too. But I think our team is pretty good on being able to move on from what we had originally and make it better. Our team is definitely a team that's like, we got to move forward. We can't just stay on the same thing. If we can't do one thing, we'll focus on another until we can come back and circle back. I like to say that about our team.
We've been on a bit of as we've been calling it, a ramp arc, because we haven't fully arced yet, and we hope to never really stop growing. But ever since kind of the COVID pandemic almost threatened our own shop and our team's livelihood, we've been growing from there, from going back to the basics, building a swerve drive base and practically competing with an arm on wheels, to now being a team that is going to the World Championship and having a good competitive edge going into this season too.
And it's not just like we know that we're going to stop growing. We know we're going to keep on growing, especially with how dedicated the people on the team are to learning new things. I know some of our impact want to start doing drive stuff, learning coding. I know myself, I want to start helping with design and being able to do more with everything on the team versus just sticking to impact.
And we have one other big thing. If you were in attendance of Winona, people heard this big announcement from our team. But for those who haven't heard yet, thanks to the sponsorship of Fastenal, we now, in partnership with First Robotics as the parent organization of the First Robotics competition, are launching our biggest initiative yet of having accessibility ramps that we designed, which are now safer, easier to maneuver, and better quality in general, going to each regional this year in the States. And next year, once parts and supplies come in to Fastenal's headquarters, each first regional will now have the new 3313 accessibility ramps for the driver stations.
they're also genuinely easier to set up from what I've seen. They definitely they take up less space too because they can sit upright and you can just plop them down and get them done quickly.
This doesn't just affect the people that use them, but also the FTAs that have to set them up. And we've gotten plenty of great feedback, and we're excited to hear more.
That sounds awesome, exciting, and congratulations. And I wish you guys the best of luck on this season in Grand Forks this weekend. And we'll be back with more of the YLE Robotics Show right after this.
Hi, I'm Jennifer and I work at Marvin. The highlight of my day would be working with my crew. I love managing, I enjoy interacting with people and making their job easier. We always tackle every problem head on and we work as a team. It's nice going to work and, feeling valued for what you do and just getting to know everyone, and you just make friends here. If you're looking for career development opportunities, competitive pay, come join me at Marvin.
Okay, so this is my team, Bogbots. How many is everybody here today? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. The only one here, we only are missing one of our 12.
Yeah, and if I remember correctly, you said that the team actually grew from last year?
Yes, so we had 6 last year, and now we have 12. So we doubled.
Sweet. Yeah, so would you guys like to begin then with our interview?
Sure.
Yeah, so first off, can you guys introduce yourselves, your name, what grade are you in, and how long have you been on the team, as well as if you have a specific role on the team or role in terms of working with the robot, you can say that as well.
All right. Let's. Yes, probably. So maybe. Oh, I know. I could probably just pass around my laptop. How about that? Does that work? Yeah. Yes. All right. I'm Jason. I'm 7th grade. It's my first year, and I'm a driver. No.
Oh, you're right. Just say who you are. My name is Newton Ernst, and 11th grade. And I'm in 11th grade. I don't know. And toss me that computer real quick. Hi, I'm Stewie, and I'm a junior. I'm Riley, and I'm a 10th grade. I'm actually 3rd year of team. 3rd year of team. Ian Strivens, 10th grade.
Hunter Cloud, junior, 2nd year.
Hi, I'm Carlisle. This is my 2nd year on the team. I'm in 8th grade and I'm a driver.
I'm Carly and I'm in 7th grade.
I'm Aiden and I'm in 7th grade.
I'm Nathan and I'm in 7th grade.
I'm Tanner. I'm in 7th grade.
I'm in the 13th grade.
Awesome. And I'm Miss Wackler, and I'm the coach.
It's nice to meet you guys. Yeah, I'm really glad we were able to get this set up. I'm really glad to be able to meet all of you. And so, to get the easy question out of the way, how's the season been going? How's the robot doing?
Doing pretty great, I would say.
Should we whip it out?
Should I go grab it?
You can if you want to.
I would love to see the robot, actually.
They want to bring you the robot.
That is awesome. I am A-okay with that. Yeah.
So this year we opted to do the KitBot, and then we brought it to week 0, and then we did some modifications to it, and we did a lot of trial and error, and so they did a lot of problem solving.
Oh yeah. What were some of those modifications you guys had to make?
You get it? Jason or the motors? Yep. Go ahead and tell them about the things that you did. What did we do with the motor? Well, we swapped the motors. Yep. So we swapped the motor. Here, you can talk and they can.
Look at that.
There you go.
There it is.
So we oh, go ahead. What did you change about it?
The motors right here.
Yep.
We switched them out for Neos, but they didn't work.
Yep.
So we put the Sims back, and now, yeah.
Yeah. And what did you 3D print on it?
These extra blingermabobs.
And what do they do?
They shoot the ball. They help aim the ball.
Yeah. Good job.
Okay.
And we added more wheels. We added more. Okay. Okay, I'll do better. I'll do better explain. So basically, we did more better. We placed more wheels on the bottom, and we made the what is this? What is this again? The pool noodle. We did the pool noodle more better. We tried changing the sim motors to Neos, but they did not work. Something was wrong. I don't know what, but something was wrong with the wheels, and then they kept getting stuck in between the arch right here, between the distance. And when we switched back to the sim motors, it actually quite worked out. And we added more little fenders back here, flappers, in order to have these guys aim with the arches, and I think it does work. Is that all modified?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, and we adjusted the battery. So our battery was protruding out like this. The wires were protruding out, and they were making the space inside the hopper
Yep.
too small. So we made adjustments on the batteries, and we changed the batteries.
And so it helps work a lot better then?
Yeah, it does help work a lot more better.
Yeah.
It gives us more space, basically.
So what are some other modifications you guys plan on making in the future, or just waiting for the next competition to see if the current model is the one that's going to work?
I think the current model would actually work based on our like previous.
Yep. Based on practice.
It was based on practice. I think our model now is going to work better than our last other models because we problem solved in our way to like make it more better. We toned our robot into making it better, basically.
Okay. So, what is something that you guys have been able to learn? What are some of the problem solving skills that you guys have been able to learn from this trial and error with the robot?
Does someone else want to take that for Hunter?
Oh, I got it.
You're the spokesperson, man.
Yeah.
That's I am. I think from most of our problem experiences, we persevered through. We were basically pioneers, and we pioneered through our way from the sim motors, detaching everything, re-enabling, rewiring, recircuiting, changing things that we could, basically make the robot feel more better and compatible in a way.
Okay. And so now I'm wondering, Hunter, what made you want to get into robotics in the first place?
I feel like robotics was good for me because I felt like I was good with building stuff and so somewhat leading a team. But I liked robotics because building the robot was really fun.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I'm sorry. After this would basically look good on my resume. I'm pursuing an engineering.
Yes.
So
How
it would
about
basically
that?
it would boost my resume for future.
Yes.
Getting that early experience. I like that, man. That's a great answer. And I'm curious if we could pass the laptop around and hear from everyone else. What about the rest of you guys? What is it that made you want to get into robotics?
I made it so. All right, let me talk.
I really wanted to join robotics because my friends, my cousins want to join robotics, and I like taking off screws and stuff, zeroing, and yeah, that's it.
I wanted to join robotics because I think I'm good at building stuff too.
Same as Nathan and Aiden.
Really like building stuff?
Yeah.
Okay. So I joined robotics because I really like doing hands-on stuff like drilling and stuff like that, and I'm also really interested in coding. I joined robotics because she interested me in it, and then it sounded pretty fun.
She kind of talked you into joining the team, and you're like, ah, sure, why not?
Yeah.
I just joined it because I thought it'd be fun. I had joined robotics because my fifth grade teacher, he suggested it to me. And a few years prior, before I had joined the team officially, I checked it out and I didn't go for some reason.
I joined robotics because my friend joined.
I'm the friend. I joined because I was recommended by 2 previous years. That's pretty much why I joined. Jason.
I love that transition from, oh, I joined because my friend joined, and then we get to introduce to the friend that joined.
I joined because I really like construction, and my dad has me build a lot of stuff with him. So yeah.
Kind of able to apply that to the robot.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like you guys got a pretty great robot there, and now, I mean, honestly, I kind of feel like I gotta ask, can I see it in action? Can we get it on video?
We could. I don't know.
Possibly,
Is this
perhaps?
battery? Probably.
Ladies and gentlemen, a live demonstration of the Bogged Bots robot. I guess I should ask, does it have a name?
It has not gotten a name yet.
What should we name the robot?
We have not named it yet. Gerald.
Yeah,
Now you're
Gerald.
getting all kinds of names thrown at you. We have not named it yet.
Gerald.
Oh, it looks like a Gerald.
Gerald.
All right, why don't you guys get the fuel and add it to the hopper? What?
Ow.
Jim Bob? Was last year Flame or no? Last year, 2 years ago was Flame. Maybe. Yeah, it's in there. They're working on it. It's a process.
That's okay. Yeah, you think you could walk me through the process, perhaps? I'm curious now.
Yeah, so I've got the battery's in, and then Eden's over there booting up the drive computer, and so he has the driver station on the computer over there, and then we're finding the controller. We're on, so it's on the blocks right now, and so they probably won't drive it. They'll probably just shoot, maybe. Yeah, they'll probably just run the top pieces. Hopefully they're all back together. We had it apart yesterday, or not yesterday, last week. We need an Ethernet cord. And then so in our shop, we connect it via Ethernet cord. So we connect the robot to the computer. I know. It's all good. It's new.
It's hard to believe.
And what kind of controller do you guys use for it? Is it kind of like
We use
an Xbox controller?
An Xbox controller, yeah.
I love that. That is fantastic.
Where did you go? Look at it.
There you go.
Does someone on the team donate those controllers, or is it one that you guys had from
No, we have a budget, and so we purchased it. Yep. So this means that it's enabled now. So we'll see what it does. We're gonna kind of move you back a little.
Get me out of the firing zone?
Yeah.
Whoa.
We better be careful.
I actually feel like it's great.
It is great. So that's what it does.
Wow.
Are there any in the room?
Did you get it?
I did get that. That is perfect. Oh my gosh. That is very impressive.
But yeah, so we have an intake. So it is the kit bot. So go ahead and disable it. So we do have the kit bot with some modifications because they wanted, when we went to week 0, they did a great job in, hopefully they're okay with me speaking for them. But they did a great job taking it out on the field. It was actually driving. It was actually doing what it's supposed to do. But then they took it to the field and they decided they wanted to make it better. And so we modified it to be able to take up more fuel from the floor, because before it was only cycling one fuel at a time. So one ball at a time. And they didn't like that. They saw the other robots that were on the field with us taking in more than one. And so at week 0, they actually modified it to take in more fuel. But we were only shooting one at a time. And so then when we got back to the shop, that's when they 3D printed more of the guides. These, I don't know if you can see more of these guides. So that actually gives us the angle, the right angle to shoot into the hub. And so they decided to duplicate what was already working.
That is very impressive. Yeah, I like that. And I gotta commend you guys. They're very intuitive. I love the drive you guys had to want to improve it. And I gotta ask, is it like difficult to control? Is it pretty easy? Does the Xbox controller make it easy to control?
It's easy to control.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Yeah, it's easy to control.
It's pretty easy to control, but like some like we had like problems with on one side where like our left side basically would like not have enough power in order to like. So basically, it would like make it go to the right, and it would basically back up to the right as well.
Okay. And so just another kink you guys had to figure out.
Yeah, we had to figure that out.
Okay. Yeah. And so when's your guys' next competition?
This Wednesday.
This
This week.
Saturday.
No.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday. We're going to Grand Forks.
Well, I want to wish you guys the very best of luck. I want to thank you so much for your time and your availability for this interview. And I gotta say, I gotta thank you very much for the live demonstration. That was pretty sweet. And like I said, best of luck to you guys on the season. Any shout outs you want to give out? Any hellos you want to give to people who are going to see this on the Your Live event video?
I'm good.
Shout out to Walker's YouTube channel.
Shout out to my YouTube channel.
Thank you very much. And,
thank you.
Like I said, best of luck on the season.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Stay up to date all year long with your live event from our social platforms with X, Facebook, and YouTube. From the latest coaches show to watch game broadcasts back on demand from earlier in the season. Search your live event on YouTube and hit subscribe.
Outside the three-point arc. Pick and pop here with Spaeth into the left side corner. Three, good.
For the complete and most up-to-date schedule throughout the year, head to our website at yourliveevent.com.
My name's Sophia Nordstrom. I'm a sophomore in high school, and this is my second year in robotics.
And Zane?
My name's Zane Bennett. I'm a junior, and this is my third year in robotics.
My name is Cameron Charbonneau. I am a junior, and this is my third year in robotics also.
And then you, Brenda?
Yeah, I'm Brenda Zinke, and I'm a science teacher here at Devil's Lake, and I've been the mentor for robotics since we started in 2020, the fall of 2020 and 21 season. 6 years.
Okay. So you've been with the program for a handful of years now. Okay, very good. Sophia, then what has been your best memory from being a part of the robotics team this year so far?
Definitely our recent off-season NMRC championship.
Okay, yeah. So the NMRC championship, what did you think of that?
It was amazing. It was one of my first times going to an actual competition through my 2 years, and yeah.
Yeah. How did you end up placing in that, or how did you guys perform?
We did quite well. We were backup for one of the alliances in the final round and ended up helping the winning team.
Really? Okay. Very good. Awesome. Well, that's exciting. So what are you hoping for as far as with this season? I know you guys have a competition coming up later on this week. So what are your hopes for performing in that, and what are you just looking to improve upon from last time?
I'm hoping we can do much better than our past competitions, and I hope that the impact reward does really well because I worked on it.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. Zane, couple questions for you. So how many years have you been with the robotics team again?
3 years.
Been with them 3 years. Okay. So you've been with them. So you got some experience then.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your favorite part about being with the robotics team with the Firebird?
Probably the building or the driving at competition.
Okay. What do you like about the driving?
It's just fun to drive the robot around.
Okay. And on the building side, what's fun about that part for you?
Watching the robot come together, and seeing how it understanding how the robot drives.
Okay. Yeah. So then you guys have the competition in East Grand Forks this week, is that right?
Yep.
Yep. So Zane, how do you hope to perform in that one this week?
I'm hoping we score more points than we did last year than the years before, because we didn't really score too much points those years.
Okay. How'd you guys do last year then?
We played defense most of the time.
Defense,
We were like in 30th place. We're kind of like in the middle, same as last year, basically, like the year before. So we did all right.
We did better at off-season event at NMRC.
Okay.
Yeah, NMRC, the NMRC champion, we won 2 things. We won the championship because, of course, we helped out the alliance there, and then we also won the Impact Award while we were there too. And pretty much last year we had 2 competitions, which was the Grand Forks competition, like we're doing this year. But at that one, we got like 30th place, so kind of like in the middle. Not bad, but wish we could do better.
Yeah.
And then the second one was the Duluth one. That one we got, St. Cloud, my bad. St. Cloud, that one we absolutely, we got first to last. So, so that one we didn't.
Hoping for a little bit better performance there than this year then. Sure.
We're hoping so.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So tell me about the 2 awards that you got then. What were those for?
We got the junior varsity reward, and then
for the impact award.
Yeah, the junior varsity impact award.
Okay. Very good. So what exactly is that for then?
Basically, it's our statement of our impact to our community and to our own team and everyone that we ever deal with. Our involvement, our impact, what we've done to help people, what we've done to help our team members, just our impact.
Yeah, right. Okay. How many? I know with the three of you here, how many kids are a part of, or how many other students are a part of the team this year?
I think we roughly have about 15, sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
But just some new ones coming, some that don't show up all the time, and it's kind of a
work is a big influence because a lot of these students, a lot of our members, they have work, so they can't attend all the time. And plus also with homework and whatnot, they can't attend all the time. So
and other activities.
Yeah, right. Which, Sophia, you said you're a sophomore, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're a sophomore, and then Zane's a junior. And Cameron, what grade are you again?
I'm also a junior.
But also a junior. So you guys have been a part of the team here for a few years then. How would you say taking kind of a leadership role on the team and helping some like Sophia and a couple of the younger students that are maybe freshmen, sophomores that are with the program, with the team for the first year? How do you kind of communicate with them as one of the leaders with the most experience on the team, Cameron, and then maybe Zane, if you could follow up after him?
The way I introduce new members to robotics, I would say, is just help them along the way. We don't really have training per se in our schedule, which I wish we could make more room for training. Well, if like training would be like teaching them how to work with basics of tools and whatnot. And sadly, we don't have training in our schedule for a robotics team. We're hoping to work on that, so maybe in later years we can do that. But right now, it's more of just kind of a bump along method where we will teach you on the go, kind of, where the students, when they will help out whatever they can, and if they don't know something, we will teach them how to do that thing.
Okay. And Zane, what's it been like for you?
It's pretty good. I mostly, as I said before, build the robot and drive it.
Okay.
So how to help the younger ones to learn how to do that?
I don't know. I just watch over what they build.
He's a lone wolf. He just does whatever he wants. He just does whatever he does. I'm kind of like the team leader of the team, so I have to kind of manage everyone. And
okay, all right, Sophia, how are they like as teachers?
Cam's pretty good at teaching the building much. I'm media team, so I'm
your media team.
Yeah, our team is split into two because we kind of have two different categories. Like the build team consists of me and Zane. We deal with the robot. We deal with anything that's mechanically related, wiring related, anything like that. While with programming too. Media team is more on the lines of signs like shirts, the train car, video productions, kind of everything media related. And we split it into two because they don't really collide with each other, so we just kind of keep them as two pieces. So
okay, gotcha. So Sophia, what do you do as a part of the media team then that you'd like to tell us about?
I'm the media team leader, so I basically help all the new or veteran media members learn new things and basically what to do. And
kind of you made
it. We've made the train cart that's fully finished. We have a scrapbook, which is basically our history book of all robotics since we started. We make pins that we give out at competitions, bracelets, and keychains. I handle the social media by posting like pictures and video. And then I made the impact reward essay and questions and then video.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, that sounds very cool. Do you have fun doing doing that media side of it?
Oh yeah, a lot of fun.
Yeah. Awesome. Cool. And then Brenda, a couple questions for you then, just about the team in general. With I know you said you have like probably 15, 20 students or so. How has it been for you? How challenging, I guess I would say, with new people coming in and out of the program year after year. What has it been like for you as just, the overall, teacher and coach of the team?
It's been great. I have seen over the years the students grow that are in the team, and then
Sure.
the new ones. And I've learned so much too on how to better handle them, and I've delegated a lot more. These guys are really good. The first few years I didn't know what I was doing, so it was hard to delegate. So now as I've been a little more seasoned, I can delegate, and I like to have the team leaders because they take lead over the area, and I can just bounce between all of the different areas as we go. I've seen a lot of growth in them, especially the ones that are in 3 years, 2 years, 4 years. I think we had a couple seniors, but I don't think they're been very active. They're so busy with their being senior years. So we have a lot of seniors this year. It seems hard. I feel like every year that kind of happens. So I'm hoping to improve on that and keep these guys around next year too. So
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so
You lose some, you
then
gain some.
no, sorry, go ahead, Cameron.
You lose some, you gain some.
Yeah, right, absolutely. So how many will you guys have going with you to East Grand Forks this week then?
Probably
six
or seven, depends.
Yeah. So all three of you though, correct, are going?
Yep.
Okay, awesome. So what are you guys going to be driving this weekend then?
The Yukon probably.
I think he means the robot.
Oh, the robot?
Yeah.
The robot.
You want me to record?
Do you have it sitting around?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, let's see it real quick. That'd be cool.
Nice and
We're in our work area right now.
Okay, yeah. That's what I thought I could tell. It looks like we might be in Brenda's office, so okay.
So it was here right away.
Yeah, it would be cool to see it real quick. Oh, okay, awesome. Nice. And I see you got right there, 8586. There you go. Wow.
So
Get a look at that thing. So you guys can get a closer look at that at the competition in East Grand Forks this week, huh?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. So how long did that take you to put together, guys?
Still being worked on now.
Still
We're
being
on
worked on.
We're on the final steps of working on it to competition. We're just on the design and we're just working on the refining of it basically.
Okay. Kind of finalizing everything for the
Yeah,
competition
we're
this
just working
weekend.
on the final steps of programming and the
Yeah.
just kind of tuning and making any adjustments to where we need to make adjustments to.
Yeah.
Also, the robot is basically completely functional. Elsewise, when it comes from the mechanical electrical standpoint, just some programming has to be finished, and we just got to do some tuning with it.
Okay. Very good. Awesome. So you'll be taking that just down the road with you then for this weekend. Very good.
I'd say by far, this robot has been really complicated for us because we decided to do a choice this year, which was to make it smaller. And we've always done rather large robots, but this year we decided to make a smaller robot, so the spaces were a lot more tighter. Wiring is a lot more difficult. Just trying to figure out where to place things and where to put things was a lot more difficult. And we also had to have a stab at engineering and design, which a lot of us are still trying to learn. A lot of us are still trying to adapt. Kind of brings back to the new members thing, because when you lose members, you lose experience, and then you get these new members. Well, a lot of these new members have to try to relearn the basics of robotics. They have to learn how to do tooling, working on the robot. But then you get to the point of engineering and design, where you have to try to discuss to the members on how to engineer and design things and how to make it work and how to make sure it's practical. Everybody's got great ideas, but the problem is you have to try to figure out if it's practical or not within our time period. 3 months go by rather quickly.
Yeah, right. Well, especially when you guys are all trying to work together on and brainstorm and get everything figured out. So, okay. Awesome. Cool. Well, I think I think we got pretty much everything we need for today's interview. But yeah, I want to thank you guys all for taking some time to talk with us this morning for our robotics show. And again, best of luck with everyone for the Firebirds Robotics with at your competition this week at East Grand Forks. All right.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yes. Thanks, guys.